Whoopi Goldberg is widely known as one of the most versatile and influential entertainers of her generation. From comedy to drama, from stage to screen, she has created characters that audiences remember for decades, yet behind the laughter and accolades lies a life marked by hardship, survival, and resilience. Born Karen Elaine Johnson, she rose from poverty, personal trauma, and years of struggle to become an EGOT winner, one of the few artists in history to earn Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Awards. Her journey is not just about fame, but about endurance through pain and the ability to transform suffering into strength and purpose. Early life in poverty and absence, Whoopi Goldberg was born on November 13, 1955 in Manhattan, New York, and grew up in the Chelsea Elliott housing projects. Life in her home was shaped by financial instability and emotional absence. Her father left when she was very young, leaving her mother, Emma, to raise her alone while working multiple jobs as a nurse and teacher. Money was scarce, and survival often meant making do with very little. Meals were simple and sometimes insufficient, and stability was a constant struggle. Despite the hardship, her mother worked tirelessly to provide some sense of security, but poverty left lasting emotional and psychological impressions on her childhood. Struggles in school and undiagnosed dyslexia. School was not a place of relief for her. It was another battlefield. Teachers misunderstood her struggles and labeled her as slow or incapable. Classmates mocked her, and she often felt isolated and ashamed. Reading and writing were especially difficult, but no one understood why. Years later, she would be diagnosed with dyslexia, a learning difference that explained much of her academic struggle. However, during her school years, there was no explanation, only judgment. Feeling defeated and humiliated, she eventually dropped out at 16. That decision weighed heavily on her, even though it was the result of misunderstanding rather than lack of intelligence or potential. Teenage trauma and early motherhood. At just 14 years old, Whoopi faced a traumatic experience that no child should endure, an unplanned pregnancy. Scared and alone, she attempted unsafe methods that nearly cost her life. A year later, at 15, she experienced another pregnancy, but this time received medical care after changes in the law made it possible. These events left deep emotional scars but also shaped her perspective on life and women's rights. They fueled her later advocacy for reproductive freedom and support for young women in crisis. These early experiences forced her to mature quickly in a world where she still needed protection herself. Addiction and the search for escape during her teenage years, Whoopi turned to drugs as a way to escape emotional pain and trauma. She experimented with substances like LSD and heroin, which initially offered relief, but ultimately deepened her struggles. Addiction took hold and nearly derailed her life completely. She has spoken openly about how difficult it was to break free from that cycle. Recovery did not happen quickly. It required repeated attempts, setbacks, and an immense amount of personal determination. Eventually, she found her way out of addiction, learning that avoidance only deepened pain, while confronting it was the only path toward healing and survival. Early work and life on the edge. After leaving school, she moved west in search of opportunity and stability, taking on whatever work she could find. She waited tables, worked construction laying bricks until her hands were raw, and even took a job in a funeral home applying makeup to the deceased. She also taught acting classes to earn money, sharing her knowledge with aspiring performers. One of her students was Courtney Love, who would later become a well-known musician. These years were defined by uncertainty and constant struggle, but they also revealed her adaptability and determination to keep moving forward despite unstable circumstances and limited resource. Trauma in the sky and fear of flying. In 1978, while in San Diego, Whoopi witnessed a catastrophic mid-air plane collision. The horrifying sight of fire, debris, and destruction falling from the sky left a lasting psychological impact. After that day, she developed an intense fear of flying that lasted more than a decade. Travel became difficult, and she relied on buses to cross long distances while coping with anxiety and panic. Her fear was so strong that it physically affected her body. Eventually, when professional opportunities required air travel, she forced herself to board a plane, enduring intense terror, but proving her ability to confront deep-seated fear. Marriage, motherhood, and survival. At 18, she entered a relationship with Alvin Martin, seeking stability during a chaotic period of her life. That same year, she gave birth to her daughter, Alexandria. However, the marriage did not last, and they divorced by 1979. Suddenly, she was a single mother in her early 20s, responsible for raising a child while still trying to find her footing in life. Financial struggles continued, and there were times when basic necessities were scarce. Despite this, she worked tirelessly to protect her daughter from the harshness of their situation, determined to give her a better life than she had experienced, breaking through and achieving greatness. Despite years of hardship, Whoopi eventually found her path in entertainment. Her breakthrough came through powerful performances that showcased her unique voice and talent. She gained critical acclaim and soon became one of the most recognizable figures in film and television. Roles in productions like The Color Purple, Ghost, and Sister Act cemented her legacy. She achieved rare EGOT status, joining an elite group of performers who have won Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Awards. Her success was not just artistic but symbolic, proof that resilience and persistence can transform even the most difficult beginnings into extraordinary achievement. Legacy, family, and continuing influence. Whoopi's life came full circle when her daughter faced an early pregnancy as a teenager, echoing her own past experiences. Instead of judgment, she offered support and understanding, breaking a cycle of shame with compassion. Over time, she became not only a performer but also a public voice for honesty, resilience, and social awareness. Her story reflects the complexity of human experience. Success built on struggle, laughter born from pain, and wisdom earned through hardship. She continues to work, speak, and inspire, showing that survival itself can become a form of strength that reshapes both personal destiny and public influence. Conclusion. A life that transcends pain. Whoopi Goldberg's journey is not defined by any single achievement or failure, but by her ability to endure and evolve through each chapter of her life. From poverty and trauma to addiction and global success, her story reveals the strength required to keep moving forward when circumstances seem overwhelming. She transformed personal suffering into creative expression and used her platform to encourage honesty and resilience in others. Her legacy is more than entertainment. It is a testament to survival, growth, and the possibility of renewal. In her life, pain did not end the story. It became the foundation for something enduring.